What's up, YouTube? On my way home from work right now, and I had a pretty interesting thought. But I think human error allows for better creation or like better art in a way. I watched this video recently, and it was like how to be a genius or like how to make good art. It was by this guy named Harry Miller. He's on Instagram and TikTok. Very, very good guy. Really like his videos. Anyways, he said this one thing that like art is to be seen. Like, I mean, to be loved is to be seen, I guess. It's kind of like to have like a genuine audience that loves you is a genuine audience that sees you, and you kind of have to give like little hints or like ways for people to see you. So it's like instead of changing or like taking off all your clothes in public, it's like taking off your clothes in an upstairs room where someone can see you through the window. That was the analogy he made, which I really, really like. And so, using that analogy, like, I guess what makes people resonate with, seeing you in the window naked is that they also do the same. They also have to take off their clothes at night and, change in their window. And so, they're like, oh, like obviously they're peeking in and seeing you naked, but then it's like they almost want that for themselves, so they like can admire you doing that, or they just like to see you naked. I don't know, either one. But when we make errors in art, it shows that not only it shows we're human. Obviously, that is very obvious, right? And I know I said that at the beginning. But when something shows we're human, people can like spot it. There's that movie clip from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood where Leonardo DiCaprio's character, he like gets up from his like seat cushion and he like points. He like points at the TV, he's like, and like he starts like snapping and pointing and shit because he sees something on the TV. That's what I think it's like. That's what I think it's like for like human error. So like if you see that, oh shit, like the boom mic was in the screen, right? Like the boom mic was in the screen, or the color grading was slightly off, or something else like is like there's like a technical problem, or even like a chronological like story problem. That allows for the audience to be like, oh shit, like a human actually made this. This is like indie, this is like authentic. And it's actually like a lot more enjoyable, I find, than just watching something like perfect. Like obviously it's nice you want to watch a film that, they spent $100 million on. Like you want it to be good, obviously. Like that is obvious, and I think that's like something you want to be good. But for like that indie shit, or for the things that like are just made not for like an audience, I mean obviously, like, but like that are less of like an entertainment piece and like an actual piece of art, I think, like, more indie shit, right? I think that, or like I think there should be, it's, or not that, I feel like it's okay if there is human error. Like, I don't think it's the end of the world. And if anything, it makes it better for the audience, or like more enjoyable for the audience, because that they realize like, oh yeah, like this person's like me. I guess human error would be like you are changing in your room and you're stripping down naked, but then it's like when you take off your underwear, your like toe gets stuck on the waistband and you like almost like trip or something, or you have like a tough time putting on your socks or taking off your socks or your pants or something like that, like, or your shirt, you put it on the wrong way, when like you're putting on a new set of clothes and you put on your shirt the wrong way. It's like you gotta like take it off and then twist it, or like twist it while you already have it on like a wrench. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what human error is like. And when you see that, you're like, oh shit, like this person's like me. Like, I also fuck up putting on my t-shirt, or I also trip while taking off my underwear because it gets stuck in my toes. You know, that's what human error is. And so if anything, yeah, it's not like, it's a little less majestic because you're not watching somebody just like strip down naked and be beautiful and just then be bare, right? You're seeing like the human, but the thing is that there's more connection in that. Like, that's what a mutual relationship looks like for like an artist to like a curator to consumer kind of thing. Like, if it was like, yeah, like a big time movie maker, then they could just be completely naked, completely majestic, and we can just like look at them in awe. But if you want to look at them with some sort of relatability, there has to be like some room for human error. And that's where the actual connections are made. That's where the transformative connections are made. You don't really have transformative connections with like a Christopher Nolan film. Like, you look at it in awe, but you acknowledge like, okay, that's Christopher Nolan's life. I'm not even gonna like bother trying to make something adjacent to that. But if it's somebody like Noah Dillon, and I'm not saying Noah Dillon makes like shitty music videos. No, he makes great music videos. But you can just see like it was made by a human and it's real, because there's so many different like little flaws and little things that um you question, and you're like, how did you make that? Or like, I know how this was probably possible. And like, when you really start to analyze it, it's like, yeah, you're looking at Noah Dillon naked in the mirror, or not naked in his room through the window, and he's tripping on his underwear. He puts on two different types of socks. He puts on a shirt that's backwards or that's a little too wrinkly. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these things that we all do, he's doing that. And I see that and I'm like, you just changed my fucking life. And so I think human error is actually a beautiful thing, and that's why I don't think that AI could ever replace true art, like true art, beauty, truth, and goodness. You know what I'm saying? So, end of the video. Peace.